Joe Coy is here. Cruz Show, Real 92.3.
Yes.
Joe Coy. I love you, man.
I love you more.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yo, bro, SoFi Stadium. Joe Coy, Gabriel Iglesias, Fluffy. This is monumental. We're setting out to beat a world record here, right?
Gabe keeps texting me at the same thing, which is weird because nothing scares Gabe.
Nothing.
Obviously, you know that.
Right.
And he keeps texting me like, "Are you taking this in yet?" Like even he's like, he can't believe what's happening right now. Wow. So it was fun. It had to happen. You know what I mean? We both were doing these arenas. You know what I mean? He was doing crypto. I was doing the forum. Yeah. And then I would go on his stage. You know what I mean? And do a guest spot. And then he would come on my show. And then one day he just went up and he was like, "We should do one together instead of doing guest spots." On stage, he said this.
Really?
I go, "All right, let's do one. Let's do it together." And I looked at the crowd. "You want us to do shows together?" And they're like, "Ah." And he goes, "Yeah, man, let's go to SoFi." On stage, he said that.
What
You're
a
like, I
master.
didn't
Like
say
he
all that.
literally said it. And I was like, "Yeah, man, shut up."
Yo, let's do the Ice House, dog.
Yeah.
Let's get through that.
Yeah, man, let's just do a run at Laugh Factory. But and then it happened. We started sitting down and doing the maps and figuring out the stage. And
I mean, this is what the greats do, right? This is what we're supposed to do. It's like rock and roll comedy, man.
I can't wait for the shirt. I'm glad you said that because all I keep talking about is the shirt.
Yeah.
And I'm not even.
You're worried about the merch.
No, I want to see that shirt that says SoFi Stadium and it's his face and my face and. You know what I mean? We got history, you know what I'm saying? By the way, this is like a reunion. I was with Godfrey in the other room. Like my son used to like pretend to be Spider-Man with Godfrey. You know, used to shoot him with webs. You know what I mean? Like we all go back. Tiffany Haddish and Gabe. Like that was my class. Kevin. Like we all came up together.
Yeah.
And it's just fun that we're collaborating and doing this show.
You guys on
from
stage.
the Laugh Factory to this.
And your audiences, both of you, respectfully, just have a massive audience. Joe Coy's audience is massive. Fluffy's audience is massive. There might not be enough seats at SoFi to
That's
fit everybody,
crazy,
bro.
That's nuts.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah.
The pre-sale was crazy.
Pre-sale.
We hit 20,000 on pre-sale one night.
That's nuts.
8,000 in
now.
30 minutes. That was the crazy part.
No, I know a few people that were in queue and just like, yo, it was crazy.
It was crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah,
I had to
man.
break some people's hearts yesterday on air. We were giving away tickets, and then I was like, caller number 1. And as soon as I said caller number 9, they're like, no, fuck. And I was just like, okay, my bad. My bad, I'm so sorry.
And we're live.
Well, you know, it's because you're a part of people's families, right? Whether you want to or like it or not, you and Fluffy are part of people's families and part of, you know, their family lives, I think, and I think they think of you as family.
Oh,
is what
thanks.
I'm trying to say, right?
No, I love that. I love it. It's just like you two together. It's like you're relatable and you don't even know it. And you go through social media and you know the relationship that we have with social media is it's so fast and you get all this information, but it also gives you a lot of bad information where it separates you and you think different of other people because this says you do this and then you go to a live show and you look around and you're like, man, this don't look anything like the internet.
Yeah.
I see about 2,000 black people here. You're not supposed to get my story. I see about 4,000 Mexicans in here. I see, you know what I mean? I see yeah, man. So that's what I love about the relationship that me and Gabe have. We're merging two voices.
Yeah.
To to a community that doesn't really have a voice.
And I think I know both of you well enough to know that you guys are going to any expense to make sure this looks right, sounds right, and the people there experience it the way you want them to experience it, and then the people later on watch it, I'm sure it'll be filmed and it'll be out there for people at home to feel like they were there if they're watching it at home.
Yeah. Well, you know, Gabe goes big. Gabe's my inspiration. I've always said that. Yeah, but that's from him. No, seriously. Like, you know, when I remember I was doing my shows at the Forum and, you know, I just bought like the standard package. I don't think people understand this. I'm going to look at the camera. Yeah. But, you know, when you do an arena, you're literally four-walling, right? So it comes empty. So you have to buy the employees, the lights, the speakers. You can't use house speakers. That's only for a basketball game.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or else you're going to sound like this. How damn reminds me of doing that? You know what I mean? So you got to bring in 1,000 speakers and 1,000 lights.
You, right? It's out of your pocket.
That's all out of my pocket. Like, I take on the expense. Like, before you even turn the light, I'm in debt. You know what I mean? So... You know what I mean? They're like, you're broke. You know what I mean? And now I'm climbing up the hill. But that's the risk that we take, right? We're allowed to take risk and fail because you're going to only get better. And you know, here I am thinking I was doing something, you know, with the package that I had. And then I go over and do a guest set on his show. And I'm like, oh, wait, that's the world's largest TV? He's like, yeah, I got 3 of them. I'm like, oh,
cool.
Oh, cool. How many you got? None.
I got package A.
Yeah,
bro.
I got package A. Yeah, it came with Sun Chips. Yeah, I got that one, the multi-grain chip. Yeah, so when
Capri Sun, dog, that's all I got. Right?
Yeah, yeah, and then I just asked him if I could use his production company, and he's you know what I mean, and that's what I love about him. He's like, yeah, man, let's all win.
Yeah, but
shine the light.
I know when like when Netflix wasn't coming to you, you came to Netflix, right? When you wanted the right lighting and the right mics, you hired the people that like rock bands use.
Yeah.
Right? To put on your own show. And you've always come out of pocket.
Yeah.
For your own. You've always invested.
How do you know that?
And you bet on yourself.
The story where the JK's in your storage.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Mixed Plate. I'm a fan of Mixed Plate, the book, right? So I know.
You make me cry right now. Thank you.
Nah, but I know that every step of your career has been an uphill battle.
Yeah.
I know it.
And for Gabe too. That's why this is like so important to us, you know what I mean? Because it's like they want to make sure they let like the narrative be known that it's a specific voice. Not everyone's gonna get this, and it's like, no, man. There's 100,000 people here. Look at it. look who's in here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? When I go to Australia, I sell out Kudos Arena. It's like, look at it. Look, when I go to, you know what I mean? When I go to Madison Square Garden, look outside. Like, man, it's not one community coming to see me. You know what I mean? Nor do I ever promote it that way. You know what I mean? I never say, oh, I have a big flag behind me. Come on, I'm here. You know what I mean? Like, come on, I'm the one, right? No, it's just Joe Coy, and it was so funny. We did a show in, the guys that I'm with. We did a show. God, where were we? It was Denver. We were in Denver, right? We're at Ball Arena, right? And like, if you would have looked out into the audience, you would have been like, there's no Filipinos here. You know what I mean? But it was packed, right? It was like 10,000, right? And then I looked at my guys, right, at the end of the show, and we did a video together. And I literally, like, from my heart, I go, we're 3 Filipino guys that just sold out Denver, right? And not one of us said Filipino show.
Right.
Yeah.
But we were 3. My DJ's Filipino, my opener's Filipino, and I'm Filipino. And we're just doing a show, man. Like, funny's funny. So, you know what I mean? My story's the same as your story. There's no difference.
And honestly, Joe...
That's
Ryan Live. Right?
That's hilarious. That is the funniest. That is so funny. And my DJ before him was Filipino, and the one before him was Filipino. That's so true. Yeah.
Shout out to John Magic.
Yeah. I don't think people understand when Filipino men are born, they're born with turntables.
Yeah.
And the microphone of Jordan.
Yeah.
Or dancing capabilities.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But Joe, I think that's like the coolest thing though, because like, at first it was just very Filipino because you are Filipino, but then you've definitely transcended beyond just our culture. And I think that's the best thing that you have offered.
But what's crazy is everyone only knows me, like my big boom was 2017, right? When Netflix dropped. But no one knows I started in 89, right? Like no one knows that I used to open for Mike Epps. And no one knows that I used to open for like Earthquake and Corey Holcomb, and I was on the Black College Comedy Tour for 6 years, or I did the Apollo, and I did BET's Comic View, I did Def Jam,
calling comedy clubs, asking if you can open. Meanwhile, you didn't have a joke in mind. But you just wanted to see what that conversation was like.
Yes, wow.
He's like,
You,
okay.
I'm in love with you right now. How do you know all this?
He's like, oh my god.
That's cool. Thank
wants
you.
us to kiss.
but that, it's crazy. Like people don't understand that. Like there was a journey before all this. You know what I mean? Like, and it's hard. You know what I mean? Like, but now with the internet, yeah, I'm happy that everyone sees this, but they don't know what happened before the internet. You know what I mean? And it was crazy. That was a long journey, man.
Yeah, living in
Yeah,
Vegas.
man. Yeah, all those stories, the
Being
janky
called-
promoters, all that,
Right,
man.
being
I was
called
part of all
Titty
that.
Baby your whole life.
Yeah. Oh my god.
He's all like,
You know
dude,
everything.
like,
That's
Okay,
dope. Thank you.
I'm a fan. That was his nickname.
Yeah.
Titty Baby.
Yeah, yeah. My
Baby is
stepdad used to call me Titty Baby, and I didn't understand. He was from West Virginia. It's like, you a titty baby. He used to say that. He came into my life when I was like 14-ish, whatever.
Right.
But I'm glad because I needed a man in my life. You know what I mean? And he'd go, you a titty baby, man. When are you gonna stop being such a titty baby? And I'm like, dude, what? I don't even know what that means. Like, what are you calling it? What is that? He's like, every time something go wrong, you go right to your mom and start sucking her titty. You just right there on her chest. When you
want a
gonna break
special
away and be
meal?
a man?
Yeah.
Be a man. Get off your mama titty.
A kid
And I'm like, well, can my mom put her bra on before you lecture me right now? But legit, I got what he was saying, and I was a mama's boy. But you know what I mean? She was the only one raising me. You know,
Of course.
that's all I had was my
all
mom.
you had.
Yeah, so I was kind of a titty baby.
We all are, dog.
Yeah,
I
man.
think I was. My son is a titty baby.
Yeah.
All my kids are titty babies.
We were
This is so
talking
horrible.
about this yesterday. Like, who's worse, mama's boys or daddy's girls? That's what we were talking
Who's
about.
worse?
I think mama's boys.
1000%.
Yeah, I think daddy's girls are tough.
Yeah, they're tough.
Yeah, they're tough.
They also think they're the dude sometimes.
Well, they are. They are. Do you remember elementary school and junior high? Right? I remember my first fight was with a chick. She smacked the shit out of me. I'm like,
Dude,
who is
I got
this? And you know what she did? She
suspended
looked at me. She goes, you need to get off your mama titty. I'm like, you know about that? Yeah, I know about that.
You can smell it on your breath.
Yeah, I smell it on your breath. That's sweet milk.
Joe Coy, man. Love you, man.
I love you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
SoFi Stadium, Joe Coy, Gabriel Iglesias. This is history in the making.
Thank you,
Congratulations
bro.
to you both,
You
man.
better be
both
there, you
deserve
guys.
it.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
You
down.
better be
I'm
there.
gonna be
We
there.
need all of LA
Is
there.
that an invite? Whatever
Hell
you need,
yeah, that's
man.
an invite. Yeah, I got you. Let's go, man.
you need.
We need all of LA heads in there.
Come on, man. We
We're
gotta
doing
be
this
there.
for LA.
For sure.
Yeah.
No,
Let's
for
go.
real. We can do whatever you need backstage, dog.
Let's
Put the
go.
work.
I got
Put the
you.
work, dog. It's all
Done.
good. We're here,
We're
man.
doing the work.
You guys are ripping tickets. Isn't that Cruz?
Isn't that Cruz?
Isn't that Cruz? Yo, just shut up. I'm getting a suite.
Give us all yellow jackets.
Yeah, let's go.
No, for sure. That's so good. You gave us a bunch of, you gave me a bunch of merch recently, right? And we started giving it out to people. And the joy that brought to people, dog.
Are you
That made
serious?
people so happy. Thank
Can I
you,
send a whole bunch more?
Yeah, please.
Absolutely. You made a lot of people's days, man.
Really? Oh, it's
Yeah, because they
done.
start thinking about their family and their uncles and their
Hell
brothers and
yeah.
their friends and their parents who all love you. And you just have that power. You and Fluffy both have that power, man. And that's a very special gift.
Let's go.
Yeah, hell
You
yeah.
make me emotional right now.
You're an emotional
Make me
guy.
cry.
I've cried with Joe Coy a few times.
I need my mama's titty.
Joe Coy, Cruz Show, Real 92.3.